What if I told you that those little annoyances you've been dealing with, the skin tags, the itchy skin, or even that restless feeling in your legs at night, aren't just random problems, but are actually your body's way of sending you a message? We're often taught to treat the symptom, reaching for a cream or a quick fix, without ever addressing what's truly causing the issue. But what if the real solution lies not in what you're doing, but in what you're lacking? In this video, we're going to dive deep into 18 specific signs that your body is deficient in key nutrients. We'll cover the underlying causes and discuss guaranteed solutions. And trust me, you'll want to stick around for the last point because it's the one that ties everything together and provides a complete solution.
First up, let's talk about skin tags. While these are benign, they can be an indicator of a deeper underlying issue, specifically a classic blood sugar problem. These skin tags are a sign that a person is either pre-diabetic or has actual diabetes. To get a clear picture of your blood sugar health, the best test to ask for is called an A1C, which provides an average of your blood sugars over a 3-month period. If your A1C result is above 5.7, that's a key sign of prediabetes. The good news is that you can actually reverse type 2 diabetes. Research indicates that you can reverse the condition in less than 10 weeks by reducing carbohydrates like sugars and starches and increasing high-quality protein from sources like meat. Next, let's talk about the second sign. Itchy private parts or itching somewhere else on your body, particularly at night. This is often caused by an overgrowth of fungus on the surface of your skin. A key thing to remember is that fungus, or Candida yeast, loves sugar, which is why people dealing with this issue often find themselves craving sugar. This fungal overgrowth usually happens after taking antibiotics or steroids because these can wipe out the good bacteria that normally keep the fungus in check. The best strategy to get rid of the fungus is to completely starve these microorganisms by cutting out the sugar they thrive on. As a helpful side note, vitamin D can also significantly boost your immune system and help reduce the itching. Moving on to our third sign, nighttime restlessness, mainly in the legs. This is commonly known as restless leg syndrome, and the symptoms can include a feeling that your legs just can't relax, along with burning and achiness. All of these symptoms are a result of too much lactic acid building up because you are missing a key nutrient, vitamin B1, also known as thiamine. Vitamin B1 is the nutrient that allows you to burn fuel and prevents this lactic acid buildup. A common cause of a B1 deficiency is consuming too many carbohydrates and sugars. This is a recurring theme you'll notice throughout our discussion. Also, it's important to remember that anytime you take vitamin B1, you should also take magnesium because it acts as a helper mineral to make the B1 work effectively.
The fourth sign is tingling and numbness in your toes or the bottom of your feet. This is a nerve problem that typically occurs in the ends of your extremities, such as your hands and feet. This is a symptom seen a lot in diabetics, because the high consumption of carbohydrates in a diabetic's diet depletes B vitamins, specifically B1. To correct this nerve issue, a very specific type of B1 is recommended, which is called benfotiam. Taking just one of these 4 times a day can provide very quick relief. Let's move on to our fifth sign, bleeding gums. This is a classic symptom of a vitamin C deficiency. In a severe form of vitamin C deficiency, known as scurvy, one of the key things that blocks the absorption of vitamin C is sugar. Vitamin C is essential for making collagen, which keeps your capillaries strong. Instead of taking the synthetic form of vitamin C, which is ascorbic acid, it's recommended to take a whole food vitamin C complex or consume foods that are high in it. Great sources of vitamin C include bell peppers, kiwis, lemons, and limes. Next on our list is a chronic cough, which can be a sign of a calcium deficiency or a symptom of acid reflux. You have to be able to differentiate between the two. If you have digestive issues, heartburn, or a burning sensation in your esophagus, you should think more along the lines of acid reflux. For this, you can consume more salt or take a remedy called beta hydrochloride, which can fix acid reflux pretty quickly. However, if you don't have digestive issues and the cough is more of a spasm or irritation, some calcium would go a long way. I prefer to get my calcium not from a supplement, but from high-quality cheese. Interestingly, many children who have a cough or even a fever often need a little calcium, and taking it can be the fastest way to get rid of their symptoms. Moving on to the seventh sign, carpal tunnel syndrome, which is pain or swelling in your wrists. This is a vitamin B6 deficiency. Vitamin B6 is crucial for helping to reduce swelling and making the protective layer around the nerves. This is likely why many pregnant women experience carpal tunnel syndrome and nausea, because they often run out of B6. So if you're feeling nauseous and have symptoms of carpal tunnel syndrome, think B6. The recommended type of B6 to take is called P5P.
Our eighth sign is brittle nails. This is a classic biotin deficiency. If you don't have enough biotin, your nails will break very easily. Taking a little biotin can help with this issue. Continuing on to the ninth sign, let's talk about running on the cold side, especially having cold hands or feet. If this sounds like you, an iodine deficiency may be the cause. I would recommend getting iodine in the form of sea kelp, and you can also get it from shellfish. Moving on to number 10, let's talk about some problems that can occur in the early morning, such as cramps in your legs, migraine headaches, and even chest pain that could feel like a potential heart attack. All of these can be symptoms of a magnesium deficiency. You might be wondering why these symptoms would happen more in the morning. This is because magnesium operates on a circadian rhythm, and its lowest point occurs in the early morning. A simple solution is to take magnesium glycinate before you go to sleep, as it will also help you sleep better. Number 11 on our list is ulcers or gastritis, which are classic signs of a zinc deficiency. For this specific condition, the best form of zinc is zinc carnosine. This type of zinc is particularly effective because it helps to heal wounds. Next on the list is nosebleeds. While this can happen if you have high blood pressure, it can also be a sign that you are deficient in vitamin K1. Vitamin K1 is crucial for preventing bleeding and helps your blood clot. A vitamin C deficiency can also cause a bleeding nose. Moving on to sign number 13, chest pain or pain down the left arm or shoulder, which are related to the heart. These symptoms usually indicate a vitamin E deficiency. A deficiency in vitamin E will lower your oxygen carrying capacity, especially in the heart. This is why you'll often find empty bottles of vitamin E at mountain peaks where mountain climbers have been, as it allows them to breathe better at high altitudes. The best form of vitamin E to take if you are experiencing these symptoms would be something called tocotrienols. Moving on to sign number 14, those little raised bumps on the back of your arms. This is a classic sign of a vitamin A deficiency, specifically retinol. You can only find this type of vitamin A in animal products. It's in liver, egg yolks, and cheese, but you won't be able to correct this deficiency by eating more carrots or spinach, which contain a different form of so-called vitamin A. Cod liver oil will also provide you with vitamin A.
Continuing our list, sign number 15 is fatigue, insomnia, and weak muscles. If you have any of these symptoms, you may be deficient in sodium. A simple way to address this is to increase your salt intake. Upping your salt intake works like magic to relieve these symptoms. Moving on to number 16, decreased libido is a classic sign of a zinc deficiency. For this issue, it's recommended to take 50 milligrams of zinc, perhaps a few times a day. Once your low libido is handled, you can then start to reduce the dosage. For the 17th sign, let's talk about dry, scaly skin. This means a person has too much omega-6 fat and not enough omega-3 fat. The cause is often consuming a lot of seed oils without enough fish oils. Some of the best sources of omega-3 are cod liver oil, fish oil, sardines, and wild-caught salmon. Moving on to our last sign, number 18, the little white dots on your nails. This is another classic sign of a zinc deficiency. One of the key things that depletes zinc is sugar. If you want to correct this issue, you must also correct your diet or it's going to keep coming back. Now that you know the cause and effect relationship between these deficiencies and their corresponding symptoms, I would be doing you a disservice if I didn't tell you what to actually eat to prevent and avoid all of these issues in the first place. This is kind of important. The absolute best video to learn how to eat correctly and satisfy nutritional deficiencies is this video right here, so check it out right now. Subscribe.